Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This is London Tay coming to you today with another video, girl. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to do large, knotless, platinum, waist length, goddess, knotless box braids, okay, on 4C hair. If you guys are interested in seeing how I slay the style, then go ahead and continue watching. And do not forget to subscribe to your girl channel and show me some love. All right, so here she is, all in her 4C glory. Okay, I am going to blow her out, but first I'm going to section out the hair. So I am in a different location right now. However, girl, we still gonna thug it out. So what we're gonna do is we are going to section out some hair on the chair. This is going to be how I start off her box braids. This is platinum or gray. Whenever I figure out and remember the hair that I use and the color, I will link it in the description box below, but I'm really not sure. I did buy a lot of hair. I feel like I bought like 8 packs of this hair and then like 3 packs of the curly hair. They're both in like the color platinum or gray. Like I said, I will include it in the description box below, okay? So I'm using a Softy to moisturize our hair. I like to just do this to seal the hair in. So if the hair is well properly moisturized and things like that, then it's just going to seal everything in. However, I use this more so as a protectant with the style. So whenever you're in a braided style for a long amount of time, this is going to seal the hair off and prevent it from breaking and prevent it from just getting super dried out. So I just kind of like to put that kind of, it's like a petroleum base. So I like to put this kind of petroleum base hair on the ends for the most part, like I said, just to seal everything in together and to prevent any type of breakage during the protective style, okay? So after I apply that, I'm going to just go ahead and blow her hair out better than it is blown out, okay? This is going to give me more of a straighter base. So if you're dealing with 4C hair and if you're dealing with any other texture, honestly, just 4C is a little bit different when it comes to prepping. You want to kind of prep the 4C hair out where it's majority blown out with no kinks in it, okay? It could still be a curly kind of base, blown out base. However, it needs to be tangle free. Okay, that's basically my point of it all. Okay, y'all, so she's ready for the slide. All right, so I'm just going to section out the back of the hair. So I like to do this kind of where it meets the ear, the top of the ear when you're doing large knotless braids. So that's kind of like the measurements I like to do. So the top, or almost close to the top, I like to part from ear to ear, left to right or right to left, whichever side you feel comfortable starting from. And I usually just do 2 braids back there. That's for the large. I always just do 2 big braids in the back right there. So I'm just going to use a Shine and Jam. Okay, so at this moment, this style was recorded over a month ago, and I was still using the Shine and Jam in the yellow bottle. However, guys, I highly recommend using the Shine and Jam in the green bottle because it gives a better hold for 4C textures, okay? It's the best Shine and Jam in my opinion for 4C textures because it's more so like an edge control slash Shine and Jam, you know, so it gets a better hold, all right? Yeah, so anyways, I'm just perfecting the part after I apply that product onto the hair, and then I'm just going to kind of section off half and half, and then I'm going to start on the right side and just start prepping the hair. So you're going to want to make sure you put the product on the outside of the part you're doing and also in the inside so it could be well saturated with the product. And then I'm going to just start adding the hair. So once I prep the hair really good and kind of twist it in the way, I start with the 3 sections. When I start with the 3 sections, I'm going to start adding the hair. I got medium-sized pieces that I section out on the chair just to have easy access to do. I'm left-handed, so I like to go from the left-hand side every time. As you guys can see in my pointer finger and my thumb, I'm going to add the hair through that way, okay? Add half of the hair, which is 1 strand, braid it into the right, braid it back into the left, pull right there, pull the hair. This is just to get a better grip. And then I'm going to add the other piece onto back under my pointing finger and my thumb. And then I like to use a product just to kind of smooth the frizziness and smooth the puffy hair into the strand. And I'm just going to continue doing that until I get the desired thickness. Once I get the desired thickness I'm going to stop adding big chunks of hair. If I want more length, I'll start adding smaller pieces of hair later on. But these are the goddess braids, so I'm not going to add any more braiding hair. If I add hair, it is going to be the curly hair, okay? adding the curly hair throughout the hair kind of gives it more of a texture. It's not too straight. One thing I can recommend, if you want the braids very, very fluffy, like the passion braids, then I highly recommend for you not to braid tight. So whenever you are adding the hair in, it's okay to braid tight right there. But after that, you need to get pretty loose, so that way when you do start fluffing the pieces out, the pieces are very, very, very fluffy. Now, I do end up fluffing the pieces out. However, I fluff the pieces out, but I don't fluff them to the point where they're so fluffed out like it's ridiculous, you know, or anything like that. I just want the normal knotless braids with the curly ends. That's all I want. So yeah, guys, so I'm just going to keep adding hair until I'm done. Once I add hair, when I'm done, I am just going to continue braiding down like you see me doing right now. And then once I get basically past the shoulder blades, then I start to like adding the curly pieces throughout the hair. So I'm just going to add like one strand at a time, nothing crazy, adding the strand, kind of braiding in through a few times and adding another strand. And I'm just going to keep on going. As I start getting to the end, I'm just going to kind of, you know, add the hair more consistently throughout the braid. All right. Okay, so yeah, so I added a few pieces of the curly hair. So basically the plan is to run out of most of the straight hair and just be left with the curly hair. Now you will probably still have a little bit of straight pieces left like I did. So what you're going to do is whenever you are done getting to the desired length that you want with the braids, you are going to use that leftover braiding hair and just start to knot the ends. I literally knot the ends about, girl, 10 times. I'm not even gonna lie. I just keep knotting and knotting and knotting. Knotting and then pulling. Knotting and then pulling. Knotting and then pulling. And you just want to keep going to make sure nothing gets unraveled and nothing just starts to get messed up. Now, if you want to combine all the pieces together and then knot, if you want to just knot different pieces together, you can do that as well. So I literally, like I said, just knotted about 10 times, girl. And yes, so after you are done, whenever it comes time to fluffing, you literally just going to pull on the left and the right part of the braid and kind of pull outwardly, and then you'll get that like puffy type of look. The more you pull, the puffier it would get. I didn't pull a lot, but one thing you should take into account is that whenever you do pull a lot, the braid does get shorter. So just kind of take that into consideration. So guys, after I'm done with all of those braids, in total I end up doing, let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. It's about 16 braids in my client's head. And yeah, so right here I'm just cutting off that extra braiding hair that I knotted it with. Also, any type of extra curly hair that I do not want, you know, you don't want like 6 curly pieces per braid. Well, not in my opinion. I feel like that's just too much. So anything I don't want, I just kind of cut off, and then I use the Shine and Jam mousse to kind of set everything in place and create a light hold. And I also use the freeze spray on top of that, and then I use wrap strips to tie everything down. Of course, I use an edge control. I like the Style Factor edge control. So everything I use will be in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Love y'all. Bye. Mwah.